afternoon. It's noon already. Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, sir.
So once again, I'm glad to be in your school. Glorious.
I know the college.
All right. Applaud our school. Let's applaud. So. Last week, if you recall, we were looking at how to show faithfulness to our country, right?
Yes.
Now, let me quickly tell you about a man called John Stephen. John Stephen A. I cannot exactly pronounce A is the initial, alright? He's a Tanzanian and is an athlete. In 1968, I think it was the 1968 Olympics.
Wow.
Okay?
Yes,
So John Stevens was actually one of the athletes that went to participate in the 1968 Olympics. I think in Mexico or something. So he went to represent his country, Tanzania, in the marathon race. Okay? And you know marathon race is a long distance race. And so this guy he joined, I think about 75 athletes were actually running. When they started the race, after a little while, about 15 of those 75 athletes that started the race dropped out of the race.
Wow.
It's tough. It's not 100 meters. It's not 200. It's a long distance race. And guess what? What's really unique about John Stevens? What's really unique about him? He didn't come first in that race. He didn't come second. He didn't come third. But every time people remember 1968 Olympic marathon, they remember John Stevens. Why? Here is why. While he was running, he fell on his knees. He fell suddenly on his knees and he fractured his knees. When he fell down, he had a fracture, serious fracture. So much so that as he was running, he should have stopped, but he kept on running. And as he was running, at the time, the knee started to bleed. And onlookers, those who were observing the race, thought that, remember we said about 15 other athletes had already dropped out. They were like, so what's the big deal? Why don't you just drop out? We would understand. Do you get it? We would understand that after all, you had an injury. But no, he wouldn't. He kept running. Now, at the destination, the athletes that came first, second, etc., had completed the race. They had already completed the race. And the officials had completed the race. They weren't expecting any other athlete. It's like 45 minutes or so after. Suddenly, they saw somebody coming, running. So everybody stood up. They were like, what's going on here? When he completed the race, the pressmen, journalists, they ran to him. They were like, why did you do this? Knowing that the race had already been, they had completed the race, the winners had been declared and everything, but you still made sure you finished the race. Not only that, you had fracture on your knees that became so painful, it was hurting, he had to wait, he bandaged it and kept running. And the journalist asked him why. He gave an answer that is still being quoted in the sports world today. What was the answer? He said, my country did not send me here 5,000 miles. This place is 5,000 miles away from my country. My country did not send me here to come and start the race. They sent me here to come and finish the race. Talking about loyalty to country. Loyalty to
country.
Applaud him. So today, did we learn anything from that story?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 9 things that makes faithfulness possible. 9 things that makes faithfulness possible. Everybody take that.
9 things that make faithfulness possible.
All right. So let's go. The first one.
Good character.
Good character. Good character. Now, what's the difference between character and behavior? Please listen. Behavior is what you do once in a while or when it is convenient. Can we take that? What I do once in a while or when it is convenient. But character is what I do all the time. Everybody say character is what I do all the time.
Character is what I do all the time.
When it's convenient and when it's not convenient. So it says, I always tell the truth. We are not just talking about character here now, we are talking about good character, okay? So if you always lie, that's also character, right? But it's bad character. Okay, so good character is one of the things that makes faithfulness possible. Number 2, trust building. Trust building. Before we get into trust building, let me quickly say this. You have 2 boys. Let's call them John and Jerry. Right? John has behavior. Jerry has character. John has behavior. Jerry has character. John tells his teacher that he will be in school tomorrow. Jerry tells the teacher that he also will be in school tomorrow. Who will the teacher believe?
Jerry.
Who will the teacher believe?
Jerry.
Because Jerry has character, and character is dependable. Character makes you dependable. Number 2, quickly, trust building. You see, when somebody takes stone, sand, cement, block, and he takes them somewhere and begin to mold stuffs, what is he doing? He's building a house or a wall or something, right? Okay, so how do you know when you are building trust? Everyone say, I'm building trust.
I'm building trust.
When I make promises.
When I make promises.
And when I fulfill my promises. Did you get it now? When I make promises and I fulfill them, what am I doing? I'm building trust. Just as that guy with stone, sand, cement, block is building a house or a fence. Did you get it now? Did you get that?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so let's quickly get into number 3 thing that makes character, that makes faithfulness possible. What is it? Louder here. Priority. What is priority? What does it say?
I finish what I ought to do before doing what I want to do.
I finish what I ought to do before doing what I want. I finish what I ought to do before doing what I want to do. Case in point, you have TV. You want to watch Nickelodeon. You want to watch your favorite cartoon. Name it. Disney Junior, etc. Now, hold on a sec. And you have notes. About 3 notes to copy that you have not copied. Which should you do first?
Copy the 3 notes.
Quickly copy your 3 notes so you can do what you want to do. That's priority. Okay? The 4th thing that makes faithfulness possible is called care and support during tough times. Care and support during tough times. Look at this for a moment. When a loved one, somebody you love, a friend, a brother, is in pain, say for example, the person is riding a bicycle, and then he fell off the bike, and then fractured his leg, and the thing is bleeding. He had a cut there, and then you get in there and you met him, and the first thing to say is, I told you, I've always warned you. You see now, You see, this is how I told you not to pedal this is not how to ride the bicycle. I told you. You remember when they were teaching us? You will not listen. And the boy is bleeding. He's on the floor. Is that what he should be hearing from you?
No.
What should he be hearing?
Sorry.
Empathize, and then possibly you even have iodine in your pocket. You have cotton wool. But look at what you're doing. You are judging that person. So that's not the time to judge, right?
Yes.
Because you will even die while you are busy judging, right? Right? What the person needs at that time is your care and your empathy, your support, not judgment. So we say suspend judgment and attend to that person. By the time the person gets well, you can now begin to say, but they warned us when we were learning this thing not to ride bicycle the way you rode it. That was what created the problem. Will the person listen at that time? Yes, because you care, you will listen. Next, quickly, number 5. Honest communication. And what's honest communication?
When I am hungry, I don't get angry. I ask for food.
You see some of you throw tantrums. You throw tantrums. When you are hungry, complete this for me. A hungry man
Is an angry man.
Excuse me, don't use from today. Don't use that idiom again to describe yourself, okay? You know why? When you are hungry, what you need is what? It's food. It's not anger. Will anger fill your stomach? No. So everybody say, when I'm hungry, I will ask for food. A hungry man asks for food. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
You get angry, you throw tantrums, you kick the table, you kick the chair, you knock your younger one, you roll on the couch. After you even tear stuff, you break your pen. After doing all those things, does it change the state of your stomach? No. Did you get it now? It's called emotional intelligence. Everybody say emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence.
So a hungry boy, a hungry boy, a hungry girl, he does not throw tantrums. Okay? Quickly, let's get into the 6th one.
Commitment.
Commit. And what's commitment?
I always finish what I start.
I finish everything I start. Like John Stevens. Did you get it now? He finished everything. He finished the race. He said, my country did not send me here 5,000 miles away just to come and start the Olympic marathon race. I was sent here to finish the race. The reason we are still talking about him here today, after many years, 1968, we are still talking about him today. The sport world is still talking about him because of his faithfulness. Alright? 7. Decision. What's decision? I use only the truth to make my choices and to make up my mind. You want to pick. Some of you now, very soon you get to J3, SS1, 2, 3, and then you need to get out of secondary school and go to the university. And now you want to pick. You actually have, hold on a sec. You have 3 choices in mind. University of Lagos, Obafemi Awolowo University, Ife, then you have Babcock University. 3 universities. See, how do you decide which one you will eventually attend? You know you can't attend the 3 at the same time, right? So you have to pick one and drop the other 2. How do you choose? I say, come and just close his eyes and say, mini, mo. Is that how to make decision? No. You ask yourself, what makes each university unique? Why should I attend each of them? And then you begin to Google and search for what makes them unique. You gather the truth about those universities. And then after gathering the information, you use the information to make your decision. You don't use mini, mo, and all those things. Or ask your guard, the guard in your house, which one do you think I should choose? What does the guard know about education?
Patience.
Preferably, you can ask your teacher, someone who is informed, okay? So that you only use the truth in making up your mind, okay? Number 8. Obedience. Obedience says what?
I always do things as instructed, not the way I like.
I don't do things as the things. I don't do things the way I like. I do them as instructed. Look at the ATM machine. How many of us have ever used the ATM machine before? When you get in there, you know for the ATM machine to give you your money, you must follow instructions, right?
Yes.
It says what? Insert your
Card.
next. Enter your
P.
Suppose you say no. Well, how will machine be telling me to enter pin? Give me my money. Give me my money. Give me my money. You will be there. After a while, people behind you, if there is a queue, they will push you aside,
Slap you.
remove the card, and did you get it now? It's obedience. Although the money is yours, you have to obey the instructions of the machine to be able to get your money. So obedience simply means doing things as instructed, not the way you like. Even in school, we should learn to do things as we were instructed. Okay, finally. The last thing that makes faithfulness possible is covenant. Covenant. Louder yet?
Covenant.
What's covenant? What's covenant? Look up, everybody. Look at this. When I have an agreement with someone that if they do A, I will do B. Now, what happened? I always make sure I do my own part. What's my own part?
Do B.
What's my own part? To do B. I do B, they do A. When that happens, we say we have a covenant. Did you get it now?
Yes.
If I do B and they refuse to do A, they have become covenant breaker, right? If they do A, I refuse to do my B, I have become what? The covenant breaker. So with this, as you embrace these 9 things that makes faithfulness possible, I see us growing in faithfulness. With that, we have come to the end of our class today.
Thank you, sir.
Now look at our faithfulness memory verse for this week. Our faithfulness memory verse says, the only disciple that Master Jesus lost was lost to unfaithfulness. Who was that? The only one. He didn't lost him to adultery. He didn't lost him to armed robbery. He lost him to faithfulness. Remain faithful. Say that I will remain faithful.
I will remain faithful.
Thank you.